Boston Pizza reported their fourth quarter earnings this morning. To take a slice out of that now, we're going to go to Jordan Holm, president of Boston Pizza, who joins us live now. It's good to have you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Good to be here, Lindsay. Thank you.
So franchise sales, same restaurant sales were up almost 5% over the year. What's driving those numbers, do you think?
Well, we had a record sales year in 2025, and in fact, underlying that were record quarters in the first, second, third, and fourth quarter. So we saw sustained sales momentum throughout the year, driven by promotions, driven by off-premise growth, meaning takeout and delivery channels. And we saw it right across the country. Today, Boston Pizza has 372 locations in all 10 provinces and 2 of the 3 territories. So we were really pleased this morning to report on the full 2025 results and to feel that momentum as we head into a busy 2026 year ahead.
Yeah, and as you say, sales also up last quarter when you reported record revenue last quarter. I mean, that's interesting, don't you think, that at a time when we all think consumers are maybe being a little more cautious, that you're seeing such great results?
Yeah, we definitely are conscious of consumer sentiment and confidence levels and what that does to household spending. And with the macro picture, we understand that people are more judicious, perhaps a little tighter with their wallets these days, which makes the results even more encouraging for us, that the value that they see in visits to Boston Pizza, whether they're coming into our dining rooms, our sports bars, our patios, or increasingly ordering in through takeout and delivery channels, that they're choosing to do that at Boston Pizza and that they're seeing good value in those occasions. So despite the headwinds in the macro picture, we continue to see more visitors and more sales at our Boston Pizza restaurants across the country.
You say your profit also up this year partially because of royalty and distribution income. Can you explain what income you're getting from royalties?
So Boston Pizza has been in the franchising business since 1964. We started in Edmonton, Alberta. I know our name confuses people sometimes and they think we're from the United States. We are a Canadian company and always have been, very proudly. So our franchisees pay a 7% royalty on food sales. We do not charge a royalty on alcohol sales. And that was just something that was prohibited when we first started franchising in Alberta 61 years ago. So we collect royalty income of 7% on food sales across the country, and of that, 5.5 of the 7 flows through to the income fund. And the income fund has been publicly traded on the TSX since 2002. So what is that, coming up on 24 years of investor history of stable, sustainable, and growing distributions over time, including a special distribution just a couple of months ago in December, and we do monthly distributions, so you can see that history online.
Interesting. I wonder too, the Blue Jays playoff run, obviously a big event across Canada, really. How did that impact your business?
It was fantastic. We're very well known for sports occasions. We love football and hockey, but it's been a while since we've had a run like that with the Blue Jays, and we were quite a destination for all of those games, including, of course, the 7-game World Series. It didn't end the way that we all wanted it to here, but it was fantastic to bring people together. It's nice to have one team that unites the country, and we have another team that's playing later this morning, or later this afternoon rather, over in Italy, that brings the country together and brings people for sports celebrations at Boston Pizza. Right
to my next question. I was going to ask if you expect an uptick in traffic with the Olympics on right now.
We do. It's different. The Winter Olympics, of course, different time zone. Some of the sports are more conducive, I'll say, to group gatherings and getting out to watch it, particularly the women's and men's hockey. We definitely see interest in getting together, cheering together our big national hockey teams. But we have local fans of different sports, from speed skating to luge and other things that people want to get together and watch. We're also looking forward later in the year, just since we're on the topic of sporting events, the FIFA World Cup being here in North America, being here in Canada. Live games, of course, but if you can't be at the live games, we always say the best place outside the arena or the stadium is Boston Pizza to watch the game. So we definitely want to lean in on sports, whether it's playoffs coming up, or whether it's FIFA later this summer, or later today, the Olympic hockey game.
Yeah, that's true. actually, there's a lot to look forward to this year in terms of sporting events and people getting out to watch things. So those are the highlights. I mean, are there any risks that you're kind of anticipating or watching for, any headwinds throughout 2026 for Boston Pizza?
Well, it's always a very competitive industry. Restaurants and retail are known to be competitive, and we've been at this for a long time. We continue to evolve our menu, continue to evolve our promotions, continue to find new modern ways to bring people into our restaurants. We've talked about sports. We know family occasions are a huge driver for us. A lot of Canadian families who like to go out for dinners, and Boston Pizza has a great kids program and kids meals and those types of things. In terms of headwinds, one of the things that we're, I will say, keeping an eye on are the tariff threats, and that has two effects. One, it can affect your supply chain directly. However, with Boston Pizza, because we are Canadian born and raised, the overwhelming majority of our supply chain comes from within Canada and won't be exposed to foreign exchange or tariffs in those ways. The other way, of course, is the macroeconomic impact of those changes potentially on consumer sentiment, employment levels, and spending. So we're keeping an eye on that as a potential headwind, and we have been for a while now. But so far, and the results released this morning kind of speak to the momentum and the confidence that we have that we can continue to be a really desired destination for Canadians who want to get together, whether it's in our restaurants or in their homes, and have some good food and enjoy Boston Pizza.
And just lastly, I know last time you were on the show, you said Boston Pizza opened 4 new locations in 2025, more locations under construction. What's the status on that in terms of new locations for 2026? I believe you touched on this off the top, but we'll just go over it again.
Sure. I mentioned we have 372 locations open today. We actually did not open any last year, 2025. So 0 openings, 0 closures as well. We had to delay a couple of projects. We've got more coming in 2026, and we see a lot of underserviced markets across the country. Boston Pizza is a brand that's well known for small markets as well as for urban centers. So we have a lot of versatility, and we've got real estate and franchising teams across the country that are working on developing new restaurants. So we look forward to opening and welcoming people into new Boston Pizza restaurants in 2026 and beyond.
Okay, Jordan Holm, president of Boston Pizza. Appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much.